Welcome back to the good, the bad and the juicy. Before we start this video, I'd like to give a special thank you to Esther for being in the video with me. This is a bum workout, something I've never done before. She knows a lot more about it than me, so if you like this sort of thing, be sure to follow her on Instagram at Fitt.Est, that's Fitt.Est. Definitely give her a follow, absolutely worth it. So when you train the bum, I've never trained it, had to do a bit of research. Your bum's made of three muscles. You've got the glutes, the glute maximus, medius and minimus. The role of the maximus is to extend your hips and to abduct your hips, and it's the biggest muscle in the body, which is kind of hard to believe, but there you go. So you need to train it, whether or not you're a girl fitness influencer or a huge strong powerlifter. You need to train the glutes. The maximus is the biggest muscle in the body, so you can't overlook it. The medius is it's about half the size of that, and then the minimus we don't really need to worry about, because you can train the minimus as you train the other two sort of indirectly. So this is the good, the bad and the juicy. I will be talking you through the workout, don't you worry. Without further ado, we'll get straight into it and roll the clips. So for a bit of pre-activation, we went onto the hip abductor machine to warm up the glutes and get a bit of mind-muscle connection with the glutes, but also to warm up the hips, because the exercises that we're doing today are quite taxing on the hips, especially if they're a new exercise like they are to me and you haven't trained them before. It's very important that you warm up the hips, because you don't want to injure your hips, because you use them, they're a pivot, you use them in every single movement pretty much. So definitely warm up. You don't have to do these. You could do some banded sort of like crab walks, I don't know what they're called, or you know, just any sort of stretch that involves opening up the groin.
Let's ask the grass.
So as this is basically a leg workout, we started with squats. They're a staple of any leg workout and you've got to do them. But the thing is, a squat will develop more your hamstrings and your quads than your glutes, which is obviously important because you can't have pencil legs and a massive tush, you know what I mean? So you have to have all three. However, if you really want to target the glutes, you should take a little bit of a wider stance, point your toes out and really sit back into the squat. So if you have a Smith machine, maybe that might be a bit easier because you can sit back without any fear of losing the weight off your back. So point your toes out, wider stance and sit back into the squat. And something I have seen with girls at the gym is when at the top of the movement of the squat, they sort of rock forward and squeeze the glutes for like an extra contraction. I don't know if one of these fitness people's told people to do it online, but don't do it basically, because as soon as you rock forward, if you've got weight on your back, you're losing all the tension in your back, and you're moving your spine into the wrong position and it's becoming compromised, and that can really just damage your back, especially your lower back, which is something that you don't want, especially if you're young, because that will just stick with you for the rest of their life and it will just not be fun. So make sure you do not do that.
Perfect. Back to those days. I was running in one place. Set a pace. Feel like I've been running in one place. Yeah, I've been feeling pretty good. I've been feeling great. I've been feeling how I should, how I really should. Been growing up way too fast, like where is my childhood? Lyrics legendary, like I am Robin Hood. Flow is flowing good, like I am some driftwood. Doing things I said I can when others said I could. Showing up the class studying, I try to make good. I am from the West, but I'm not talking Clint Eastwood, yeah. I was thinking about these times, 2 AM in my room, creating music with some rhymes. I was feeling divine, third place, took a lot to reach the finish line. But now I'm here, love your Shakespeare. Try to talk one-on-one, but motherfuckers always in their feet. That's a watching down, looking at the fucking atmosphere. Gucci, baby prophetess. He's white and he's speaking fast as see an auctioneer. But I get it, I fit in, I beat in the motherfucker, wanna murder that beat. But I get it, I spit it, not credit. I get it from Reddit, I read it from Reddit. I get it repetitive, an offender, look at my words again. Wanna start shit again? Really wanna start shit again? Really wanna start shit again? Run it back to all of those days in your bedroom, recruiting for face. Using some chipstick, but always lazy. Fantasizing about buying some drinks, but you got no money to pay. Ask mom, she says this is her face. You certain days, eating donuts, they will always glaze. Shit, shoes fresh like an apple off a tree. Red ones costing me like 15k rupees. Dark gloomy days, need some vitamin C. Took a long time to get back into this reality. Back to those days. I was running in one place. Set a pace. Feel like I've been running in one place. Yeah, one place, and now I'm falling from grace. Please don't trip, watch your step. You better tie your shoelace. Look at the ground, 90-degree angle. Human race trying to get some real talk from you, but poker face. Like, what are you trying to do? Yeah, fit in and step in the shoes. Yeah, but how is that welcome for you? Yeah, apply back and no one to view. Yeah, now you're almost 22. Yeah, taking it nowhere new. Yeah, that's a sneak preview. Yeah, of the life you be living. No cooking, no cushion, no 60 for mission, flowing around, such an ambition.
Hip thrusts are the next exercise, and they are the best exercise for building glutes. The reason for this is, as your hip is close to full extension, your glutes are the closest they can be to full contraction, which is obviously where all the muscles build. So we have to do these. They're important, so we did them, and this will really build up the upper glutes. So if you want that sort of partial shelf bum, you know, this is the way to get them. Nice. So to do this, get the bench, make sure it's up against the wall or up against something heavier, because otherwise it's going to slip. And to do them the traditional way, which is the way we did them, just want your shoulders just on the edge of the bench. I recommend getting like a pad or a mat, just to wrap around the bar, because otherwise it's really going to dig into your pelvis, and that's really going to hurt. 'Cause that's what I did the first time, and it really hurt. Make sure your feet are wide, keep your toes pointed out, and your pelvis in a neutral position, which is basically just centralised. Don't sort of tilt it either way. And then it's just simply down and thrust. Simple as that, really. They take a bit of getting used to. But if you can't manage to do it with the bar, you don't have a bar, you can't do it with the bar, or it's digging in too much, just get one plate, so like a 5 or 10 kilo plate, whatever you can do. Just hold it to sort of where you put the bar, and then just do single-legged to keep one leg on the floor and one leg in the air, and then just thrust that way. So that's another way of doing it if you can't do the traditional hip thrust.
Such an ambition, not even pushing like a pitcher. Cold out in the midnight, cold as a such. If I like it, some chicken, get bitches, I'm ditching. I made a decision. Do you see the vision? Back to those days when songs actually written by the artists. Now they're all this shit.
So another leg day favourite of mine that we did in this bum workout is the lunge. They're a booty buster. Who wrote that? So the best way to make sure that you get the maximum contraction with these is they've got to be walking ones. You can't do them static, because you're not going to get as much of a stretch, and if you move backwards with a lunge, it's not going to get the right contraction. So you need to be moving forwards to get the peak contraction. You also need to take really long strides, as long as you can, to really stretch out the glute muscles, and these really work the medius as well. So these are less focused on the maximus and more on the medius, which will give you the sort of the all-round complete package, really. And focus on really pulling yourself forward and digging your heel in with your leading foot, because that's going to stretch more. If your rear foot is only there to stabilise you until it takes over, rather than pushing with the back foot. Just lead with the front and pull yourself forward with the front foot, and that is the best way to do lunges to grow your glutes.
Or he did what I did. What?
Then we did hyperextensions, and normally you'd see these for training back, but they are also really effective for your hamstrings and your glutes. And to make sure that you take a bit of the pressure off the back when you do these is just to bend your knees slightly, point your toes out a little bit, and round your back a little bit. So that way you're taking a little bit of the pressure off your lower back and focusing more on the glutes. Make sure you're squeezing, as with all of these exercises, squeezing all the way, just trying to get that good contraction. A high rep range for these. You can use a little bit of weight. I chose to use less weight than Esther because I could just feel it in my back, because I don't know why. It might just take a bit of getting used to, but that's hyperextensions.
Perfect. Back to those days. I was running in one place. Set a pace. Feel like I've been running in one place. Yeah, I've been feeling pretty good. I've been feeling great. I've been feeling how I should, how I really should. Been growing up way too fast, like where is my childhood? Lyrics legendary, like I am Robin Hood. Flow is flowing good, like I am some driftwood. Doing things I said I can when others said I could. Showing up the class studying, I try to make good. I am from the West, but I'm not talking Clint Eastwood, yeah. I was thinking about these times, 2 a.m. in my room, creating music with some rhymes. I was feeling divine through.
So finally we did the cable pull throughs, and as you can probably tell, it's my first time doing them in the video. They're not as easy as they look, but they are sort of a little bit of a throwaway exercise. They're very important, but I would not use these as a main exercise. You're not going to tear down any fascias with this sort of movement. It's more like a quad curl that you do on the leg machine. It's all about just getting that blood flow in. So once you've done all the hard work and you've broken down all the muscles with the lunges and the squats and the hip thrusts, you're now just finally doing a little burner to finish. 15 rep sets, few of those, just to really get the blood flowing into the glutes, so you're getting all the good nutrients into the glutes, so that they can rest and heal, recover and build, hopefully, a lot more efficiently.
Took a lot to reach the finish line, but now I'm here, love your Shakespeare. Try to talk one-on-one, but motherfuckers always in their feet. That's a watching down, looking at the fucking atmosphere. Gucci.
Well, that is the end of the glute workout. Thank you, Esther, for joining me. What was I going to say? Instagram, it's Fitt.Est. I'll put it up on the screen, and there'll be a link in the bio, so make sure to follow her if you want to see more sort of beastly workouts, because she's a tank. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.